When we think of Bridget Jones, what do we think of? Authentic, her authentic self. When we think of Emmy Anoke, when she's talking in her interviews, what do we see? Her authentic self. What about Alyssa Liano? Authentic, real. This is, in my experience, this is what I find. People who can lean into authenticity, which is something lots of people struggle with continuously all the time. It's an ongoing battle. But the thing is, when we are our authentic selves, we can connect to the viewers, we can connect to the people that we are closest in our lives, and we can connect to and win the hearts of most people. If you think of Carla Connor, Coronation Street, she came into the program as a bit of a hard ass. Then you see that she actually has a soft heart. She, is the kind of character that you have to peel the layers of the onion back to reveal the person underneath. And this is how you connect with people. If I am up myself, but if I am arrogant and I feel self-righteous, I am not connecting with the person I am talking to on a compassionate level. Compassion is exactly what Brene Brown talks about, and even Julie Hanks. It all starts with compassion and being able to help people. Compassion is one thing. The next thing, there is sympathy and there's empathy. Empathy is when you've had a similar experience. Say, for example, last year your dog died, and then you hear about a couple of years later that a friend of yours has had a cat die or a dog, exactly like you. So you'd have a pretty good idea of how it feels. And that way you can connect to people on an empathic level. But for someone who has never had a pet, they know it's a sad time, but they don't know what it's like. They don't know how it feels. They can try and put themselves in your situation. They can try and put themselves in your shoes and work out how they would feel. But, and this is key, some people are better at understanding other people than same me. Because I come from more of a heartfelt place, but other people, when they think through problems, they think by using their head or their gut, and it doesn't matter what their heart is telling them. Perhaps they are listening to their heart at some points, but different types of people make different types of judgments and opinions, and they have a completely different mindset, and your mindset is not going to be the same as that person's. I know I do a lot of videos based on things like this, and I know a couple of people who watch this aren't always interested. But if you are interested, please keep watching. If you're not interested, then that's okay. You can click off. And thank you for your time. But people who are able to connect with their hearts have or they have more of an idea how to connect to another person. Now, take pause with that just for 1 second, because as I have said, and I always refer back to the enneagram, I do 9 different personalities, 9 different viewpoints, and different ways of looking at different situations. And some people are more better at handling their emotions than others. Like, say, for example, if I went to work and I was upset, say, bearing in mind I would try my hardest not to get upset. I mean, I am in my 30s now, believe it or not, and I know from experience that when I get upset at work, and this was when I was about 15, you might get a little bit of sympathy at the moment in time, but that wasn't always what I was looking for. It wasn't the sympathy I was looking for, it was the understanding. But I'll get to that in a different video. But the point is, people handle emotions differently, and this is what I'm talking about. You can't presume to know always the situation. Like, say, for example, if your friend's auntie passed away and they were close, or it could be their dad, could be their sister. But the point is, and this was an excellent point that Julie Hanks pointed out in one of her videos, was that you don't know the whole situation. Bearing in mind, one person could lose their dad or their mom and lose their protector, and what the hell am I going to do now? Or two, that person could be looking after their parents, and what that situation then means for them when that happens. But when people say, I know how you feel, this is what they mean. It's well intentioned. No, it's mental health, but what they mean is I have suffered loss too. I don't always know your situation, but I know what it's like to lose a dad. I know what it's like to lose a dog, you know, a family dog, something like that. I know what it's like to battle anxiety or depression. And I want to be there. I want to help you if you will let me. The biggest thing is not a lot of people would let you. Half the time you have to win trust off people for them to even consider telling you anything personal. So that's all about them, you know, of what they feel comfortable doing or sharing in front of you. And it's not always a reflection on you. It's usually about how they are feeling at that moment in time, and sometimes they want to talk about it and sometimes they just don't. Well, one thing I have learned is, say for example, if I'm upset or if I'm angry, I am the type of person that if you came to me, I would not push you away. I might get angry at you, or I might get upset, I might break down, but I wouldn't necessarily push you away. If I really wanted to be by myself, I would lock myself in the bathroom, which is not the case right now. Or I would lock myself in another room when no one could get to me. That is when I want to be alone. But I don't want to be alone all the time, because I need people in my life. I need people who care about me and who care enough to reach out and help me. Now, again, different people's versions of help is different from another. Some people try and help in a practical way, like say for example if I'm sick with the flu, say if my mum wants to come over, she will come over with medicine. It's a nice kind thing to do. Or that is her way of showing her love in the little things. And usually I think this is what some people forget. But I have spoke about the practical actions and the words as well. But I think, and this is where I'm coming off, because lots of people are more practical minded, they have a more practical approach to a situation. So maybe they'd help me, they'd try and help me in a way that is not helpful to me. Maybe what I want them to do is listen to me. I mean, it's like kind of a guy. You have a problem, he wants to fix it, but all you want to do is talk it out, rant it out. So there you go, like in all those different situations, another person's idea of help is not always helpful to you. It's hard to know what type of help that person needs, but if you can talk to them, engage with them as best as you can, even if you can't always understand and it helps to know that someone cares enough to reach out to you in a time of need or a time of distress. One thing I would like to add is this. This is something that I didn't always understand growing up, but some people do not like to be touched when they are upset or angry. And these people, apparently, because I've done my research into the enneagram, is you got to leave their anger to wind and before you can even talk to them again. Some people have to calm down by themselves before that they are ready to talk to you. And what I find is this, and which I have done in the past, is I have tried to give people hugs, because I think if I was in your situation, I'd want a hug, or I'd want someone to cry onto. No, they pushed me away, and I've ended up being quite hurt about it. And I think I remember talking in this through with a loved one at home, and they actually said, "I'm so sorry, I feel so guilty, but you haven't got to touch me when I'm upset." And I made one more video. I don't know if anyone's ever watched this one. It's probably one of my lower ones that I've made. But you can be with this person, especially if it's like a sister or something. You can be with them, but you haven't, if they are kind of a body type, your 8s, your 9s and your 1s, even a 6 even, you gotta wait until they calm down. You've got to wait, because they need that time. And what is painful for some people is to watch these people experience these emotions and know that you can't do that you can't comfort them, and that brings discomfort in us. So we normally want to do things to help, but sometimes that pushes them away. So really, you have to know your loved ones in order to know how to help them properly.